Welcome back, everyone, to the Disciplined Degens Pod. I'm finally back on the show after a 7-week bender in Vegas. I'm still getting used to the time zone and the adjustment on sleep, but I'm back. I got some UFC. I got a UFC play for you guys today, and Gino and Trevor are gonna hit us with some March Madness. How you guys doing?
Good, Matty. When you left us with two dogs that both hit. So you left the show on a high note. So you got to return on a high note.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Justin Gagey and Leon Edwards.
Yeah, both over plus 200 odds. Both hit too.
Is that Yeah. I got another dog this weekend in the main event.
So, I think I asked Matty if his liver had recovered yet earlier, and he said no.
He's a young kid. When I was 30, I could drink fucking a week straight.
Oh yeah, that's not even blink at it. Not no more though.
One beer in the shower in the morning, and you were back.
Yep. Yeah, that was. We can definitely go there.
Well,
I'm gonna let Gino. I'm gonna let Gino kick it off today with his. Oh man, it didn't save. Hold on, I gotta edit. I didn't hit save.
I'll feed while you type.
All right.
So I got to play on every one of the March Madness games. I'm going to give out 2 today. All of them will be in DD, but I'll give out 2 to the people. I made a mistake going against Izzo last game. I'm not making that mistake this time. I'm telling you, Michigan State has been high ranked by me over K-State the whole tournament, even though there were 7 versus 3. And I also see it as this spread is off. I think it should be minus 3.5. So little bit of value taking a minus 1.5. I see it going down to -1 right now on CBS. Yep. And then I like Michigan State. We'll leave it at that. And then I do like which one am I giving out? Oh, yeah, I see
Zaga. I gave you Zaga because we're both on it.
Yeah. And then I like Zaga money line. It sucks, dude. I would have been all over UCLA to win this tournament without their injuries the last couple of weeks. They were playing great ball. The public is all over UCLA, which is very surprising to me. I thought the injuries would have moved them to Gonzaga and thus moving me off of Gonzaga. But I'm just a fade the public here on value. I think this game should be Zaga -4. I'm on Timmy's nuts a little bit. I thought he wanted the W more than everyone on the court last game. And there's just no question. I'm going Michigan State -1.5, Zaga money line +110.
So I am on both those plays. Gonzaga's the #1 field goal percentage team in the country. They're top 10, almost top 10 three-point shooting team. And we've said, you've heard us talk the whole time. Same thing. UCLA is, if they're healthy, this is a different story. But they're just not. And then the Michigan State, Kansas, part of the reason I like this is Kansas State likes to play fast. And Michigan State's going to want to slow it down. But Michigan State's one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. And I actually think that's going to be the edge today. I think that's what gets them over. Kansas can't, Kansas got to drive the ball. They got to run a lot of PNR.
Do you know what's crazy, too? If I can piggyback, Trevor, on what you just said. Michigan State shot the 3 like absolute shit against Marquette and still won.
Right.
And I loved Marquette, and I love Marquette way more heads up against K-State. So I know that's not how sports works. There's ebbs and flows, but there's just a lot of reasons why I like Michigan State tonight.
They shoot almost 40% from 3. They're 3rd in the country.
And they found a way to win on one of their worst shooting games of the year.
Right. So that I'm on the same line there. And then I'm going to fade the public here. Right, on UConn and Arkansas today. I'm still a little torn. Gino gave me who he was on for this game. I was a little torn on which way to go. Gino leads Arkansas. I lean UConn a little bit. But for me, with the public, these are 2 strong defensive teams, but they're hammering the under too much for me. So it's leaning me the other direction. And I've been on Tennessee the whole time. Tennessee's just a clear favorite here against FAU. They're going to slow the ball down. They're just going to dominate them inside. I just think this is where FAU's Cinderella story stops. I like them here. I also think this has a decent chance to go, to get some points, even though they're both two of the better defensive teams nationally. I think this can get closer to 140 today.
And I have a question for you. You just said something real quick, and I want to ask the people listening in too. Princeton's Cinderella, right? You win 2 games as a 15 seed. That's Cinderella. Let's all agree on that. I hope no one argues that shit. I'm torn on FAU and San Diego State being Cinderella just because they've been both favored both games. So do you count FAU as Cinderella but not SDSU?
For me, FAU's 33-3 this year. Right? Like they
beat a 16 seed in the second round. It's hard to even,
Right? No, I know. They're favored round 1, favored round 2. I will say they've never been to the Sweet 16, ever. Right. That's kind of sick to say we brought our team to the first Sweet 16. So I guess if I had to, I want your opinion. If SDSU wins, if FAU wins, they're definitely Cinderellas.
100%.
Princeton already is, in my opinion. Is there anyone we're leaving out?
I don't think so, right? I mean, Arkansas is good. K-State's good. Like the rest of the teams, there's not a lot of Cinderellas left. The 3 that are left are the 3 you just mentioned.
And I would maybe say, and I'm bullish on Xavier tomorrow. If Xavier gets to Final Four, that to me is crazy Cinderella.
Right.
It's just hard, right?
If Miami was here last year, so while they played terrible in the season, right? Didn't play terrible. They just were yo-yo. They were up and down. I think if they can get Final Four, maybe we start talking Miami there a little bit. But
Miami getting a win to me. They were in the Elite Eight last year.
That's what I'm saying. They just played. Right? They yo-yoed all season this year. Literally, they just good, bad. And people keep remembering that because we bet it. That stupid FSU loss where they were up by almost 30 at half and then just crumbled like a cookie, right?
And I think, being a homer real quick on my Aztecs, we haven't been to Sweet 16 since we went to the Elite Eight last time when we lost to Kemba Walker. I was at that fucking game. True story. Me and my buddy split a handle of Fireball, went to the game and we forgot our ticket. And thank God we went to tailgate 2 hours early. We were able to Uber home, get our ticket, and go back, and we made it 1 minute before game versus having 2 hours. And we watched fucking Kemba Walker cook. So, And dude.
Alabama's for real, right? That's I think Alabama is a 7.5 point favorite, right?
Sorry, that's my bad, guys. We'll cover that tomorrow. So I just wanted to know. So Princeton's for sure. I think we all agree, kind of. Princeton's Cinderella so far. If SDSU or FAU win, they could be. If Xavier wins, they could be.
For sure. And then Maddie's back, right? After crushing both his UFCs last weekend over, plus 200 props. He's got the mega whale, 5 million unit bomb, whatever Twitter adjective or verb you want to use, hit here.
Maddie,
First of all, I just want to say last week I should have been up 1 billion units off that UFC card, but I got screwed on that Roman Dolidze decision.
Oh,
I don't care what anyone says on Twitter trying to tweet at me that it wasn't a robbery. That was the definition of a robbery. Everyone watching that fight live, there was an argument that Roman won every single round, and yet he lost the fight. I think he won 29-28, but again, there was an argument he won every single round. Marvin Vettori didn't do shit in that fight. He was on his back foot the entire fight. He got pieced up in the first round. I was in 30 years of life, I was never so pissed on a loss. I could not go out that way. I had $1,000 to win 10,000 on that decision. The best value play I've ever put in my entire life, considering Marvin Vettori has never been finished in the UFC. That was the most mispriced line I've ever seen. I put 1,000 on that at 10-1. The line dropped instantly at circa to 8-1. 5 minutes later.
Maddie, was it a split decision, or did all 3 refs?
It was a split decision. It was a split decision.
It was
total bullshit, bro. Total bullshit.
Robbery.
I've flipped out I got 700,000 views on my video. I guess that's the only positive thing about it. But I was pissed off, bro. I was so pissed off. But anyways, we won the co-main event and the main event, both moneyline dogs. This weekend, I'm going with Cheeto Vera in the main event. This line is completely mispriced. Cheeto is undefeated in 5-round fights, mainly because of his durability.
Can you hear Maddie? Me neither.
Maddie, you're on mute.
You're on mute, Maddie. Maddie, can you hear us?
Oh.
He's totally going off too.
And there's a crazy echo.
Yep.
I think we should jump.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll recap real quick. There we go. If I mute him, it takes the echo off. Let me see if I can get him one more time.
Got it. No, I still got the echo. Let's end this.
Yep. Okay. It's done.
Later.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.